Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for World Trigger Chapter 64. Alright, and in this chapter, Hughes starts up laying the groundwork for his secondary plan, okay? Um, he pretends to shoot Yuma. At least I'm assuming he's pretending to shoot Yuma, when his real goal was him dodging so that he could hit the C-rank trainees. The beam ended up going towards Chica, but Osamu ended up blocking it with his hand. All right, um, and he ends up getting those magnet shards all over him, um, and that's what Hughes says is his secondary plan or second best plan. And so now both Chica and Osamu have those shards on them, which means he can just pull them towards him whenever he freaking feels like it, unless they're out of range. Does he have a range? He has to have a range. He has to have a range because you can't have a magnet over here and a magnet over here and expect them to attract unless they're actually strong magnets. But if they're weak magnets, you're not going to get anything. So yeah, that's probably going to come back later. Well, maybe it's not because Gene said that with his side effect, he could tell that they were safe now or something. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Those shards have to end up becoming relevant later, but according to Gene, they're fine now. So, wait, you know what? No, actually, let me talk about that at the end because I have a problem with Gene's side effect right now and the way it's being used. So I'll add that at the end, all right? But yeah, Visa versus Yuma is like the highlight of the chapter because this was actually really cool. All right, this was really cool. Yuma, he's using chains. He's using anchors. All right, this is just really cool. All this stuff, he's using traps and traps and traps. He's looking like Sumugu right now. He's looking like Sumugu Kanase from, I think that's his last name, Kanase. He's looking like Sumugu from Kill la Kill, right? Like just traps, traps, traps. The only thing he needs to do now is tell people that he's got two important pieces of information for them. That's all he has to do now, and get a mohawk too. But yeah, so Yuma's fighting these, and that's pretty legit. Um, we learned about the Organon a little bit. We learned that Reiji told Yuma that the Organon's blades spin along extended rings, which we kind of saw them here. So yeah, I guess Mr. Visa should now be called the Lord of the Rings because he is just very good at using. Nah, I ruined the joke. Never mind. Never mind. I forget I even said anything. All right. I'll just stick to Mr. Visa. um, but yeah, we learned about a little bit about how the Organon works. Yuma asked him why he's attacking Miden instead of other nations, and he replied saying, "We actually are attacking other nations too. We're attacking all the nations that are close to us." All right, and Replica ends up saying, like, "Wow, if they're actually doing this with fighting with forces like this in all the nations surrounding them, then Aftercrater might actually be empty right now, like just no one to defend it." All right, and Yuma asks him, "Why do you need all those people for? And why take such a risk of like emptying out your nation just to get all these like what do you why just why are you doing this?" All right, and he doesn't answer. He says like, "Oh, even if I told you, would you like let us go and then do it?" He's like, "No." Like, okay then, I guess you don't need to know then. So yeah, so that was interesting. um and that's actually pretty much all there is to the chapter. A good chunk excuse me, a good chunk of it was Yuma versus Visa, and the stuff I already mentioned with um, uh, Osamu getting hit by those magnet shards and the C rank trainees getting away with Osamu and Karasuma. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now the problem oh yeah, Gene started fighting uh, Hughes at the end, and Hughes can't hit him. You know, knowledge is half the battle, and he doesn't have the knowledge about Gene to be able to battle him. But whatever. The thing that annoys me about Gene's side effect is that they never give out any actual details about what it is he's seeing. Okay, because we know that we don't know what event is going to happen. We know the result that Osamu and Chico are going to die, but we don't know the actual event. Like how is it that they die? Is it an accident? Does someone accidentally kill them, like Kakashi killing Rin? Like, is it an accident like that? Does a building fall on top of them? You know, like, does someone legitimately kill them? If someone does legitimately kill them, one of the after creator guys, is this like they trap them in a corner and they can't escape and they kill them, or is it like someone tries to protect them but fails to protect them and they end up getting killed? Like, he's not giving us any details about the event or anything. Like, where does this take place? How does it happen? What? Like, he's not giving us any details. So he's trying to stop an event, but he's not telling us what the event is. He's just telling us the result, and that's not enough for me. I need to know that Daisuke Ashihara is dragging this out too much. He should just tell us what the event is, so that we can try and think of ways how they could stop it. But he's not telling us that. He's trying to have the character stop an event, and he's not even telling us what the event is. So it's just weird to read, and it just brings up more questions because, like Gene said earlier in the chapter, his side effect is telling them that Osamu and Chica are going to be safe now, but at the same time, his side effect is telling them that they're still in danger of being killed. So you can't have it both ways, you know? How can he be confident that, like, is it that all the timelines that he sees they're now no, that can't be true. I need more details. I need more details to see how he can be confident that they're safe now, yet at the same time say, oh, well, there's a possibility they could die. Because if there's a possibility they can die, then they're not safe now. All right, so yeah, they got away now, but that doesn't mean they. Is it that they're safe from Visa and Hughes now, and that someone else is like Manadora is going to get them? Like, I need more details. That's the gripe I have right now. That Daisuke Ashihara isn't giving us details of this event and what it is that kills Osamu and Chica. All right, that's the gripe I have about it right now. But I guess as for a rating for the chapter, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a solid, good chapter. Um, and yeah, that's that. My gripes about Gene's side effect aren't really something that affects this chapter specifically as much as it does just the arc in general. It's just a general complaint, not a chapter specific complaint. So yeah, I'll give the chapter an 8 out of 10 and say it was a pretty good chapter. And that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.